Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I gotta say is, who that? Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones. And yes, I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And thank you all so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast as I adjust my camera here. Thank you all so much for being here, where we talk New Orleans Saints. And hope everybody had a great Sunday. We're going to be here to talk about the Saints losing to the Miami Dolphins by a score of 21-17. Just got back, and I mean, just got back. Haven't even been at home yet for an hour. It's been that quick. Shouts out to everybody that came over and checked out the Saints post game on the Bleacher Report. Now we're here on the State of the Saints podcast to talk about the New Orleans Saints yet again losing another football game. And, you know, you're going to have some people up here talking about, you know, no, man, they fought and they did this, that, and the third. But, man, am I tired of watching this team lose. Like, seriously, I am sick and I'm tired of watching this team lose. And, you know, when you look at this team just make the same mistakes week after week, it's just extremely frustrating because you just realize that this could have been completely avoided if they just would have made some necessary decisions a couple of seasons back instead of just believing that they were still in the fight. Yes, in the second half, the New Orleans Saints came to life. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Miami Dolphins scored with about 5 points in the second half. The New Orleans Saints, scored 17 points, versus not having any points in the first half. And, this was one of those games when it started off, you were like, man, is there anything else on television, right? Do I need to be doing something else with my life? But the New Orleans Saints, they actually showed some fight at the end of the game. But, I mean, look, I don't care. I don't care, man. You know, I really don't. I guess from a certain grand scheme of things, like, you know, it's good to see Devaughn Vele make some plays and good to see, Devin Neal fight for some tough yardage. You know, it was good to see, some of those plays by Tyler Shough in crucial situations. It was good to see Charlie Smyth make a 56-yard field goal. But at the end of the day, the more things change, the more they stay the same. And, it's just frustrating to watch. The Saints in the first quarter, I mean, that was just an embarrassment. I mean, they only had 21 total yards in the first quarter. 21. 22 passing yards and -1 in the first quarter. The Saints did not get their first down of the game until about 5 minutes left in the second quarter. I'm going to say that again. The Saints did not get their first down until like 5 minutes left in the second quarter. I have lost the ability to find any adjectives to describe this football team other than Who That Nation. We're only a few games away from this season being over. That's about it. That's about it. Like that's the best thing that we have going right now, that this season is almost over and we don't have to subject ourselves to watch this abomination that sets offenses back about 50 years. That is what the best thing that this team has going for them right now. But like I said, Devaughn Vele came to life. He was targeted 8 times, caught all 8 targets for 93 yards. That was great. But what wasn't great was how the New Orleans Saints could not capitalize in the red zone yet again. And look, Tyler Shough is a young quarterback, and he's going to figure it out. But that goes to show you that he is young and inexperienced, and how sometimes being a seasoned veteran, they can sometimes manipulate you, make you feel like you see something and you don't, or they can try to trick you with their eyes to make you believe that they don't see what you're about to do. In the red zone, Tyler Shough cost the New Orleans Saints on 2 separate occasions. Number one, that interception by Douglas, where he just basically just fooled him. Tyler Shough has to hold on to that football a little bit longer. I get it, the offensive line, and they have their struggles, but if he would have held on to that football and allowed Chris Olave to go across the field, he would have scored a touchdown. And that pick 2, that pretty much was the reason why the Saints lost this game, because the Saints got the ball back on the onside kick. And if the New Orleans Saints wouldn't have had that pick 2 happen by Minkah Fitzpatrick, then we're talking about the New Orleans Saints kicking a field goal, a game-winning field goal, to beat the Miami Dolphins in Miami. So the New Orleans Saints get in their own way yet again, wait too long to try to come and rally back. And a lot of that has to do with teams not really respecting their offense and just allowing them to play the middle of the field and allowing, you to be able to catch these passes in the middle of the field. They'll tackle you, and, the clock continues to run. But like I said, man, I'm just tired of watching this team fumble all over itself, and I'm definitely tired of watching this team fail week after week after week. And I just wish that something gives, and I hope that this is the last season for a minute. I get it that teams have down years. It happens, right? No matter how good you are, eventually you're going to find ineptitude some in one of these seasons. But I'm getting sick and tired of this, and I'm pretty sure that Saints fans all across this country, around the world, are sick of it as well. Let me go ahead and read some of these comments, man. Not going to take up too much of your time here. But let's go ahead and read and see what you all have to say. Let's see. Find a way to lose this one. Welcome home, TJ. Appreciate that, Jerry. Thank you, man. Just got back. I ain't been at home for an hour yet. I called us losing this game. Yeah, me too. Look, I thought that it would have been a lot worse, but I did think the Saints were going to lose this game. Let's see. The whole middle of the O-line is back up, so the offense is going to struggle no matter who the quarterback is. All right, what's the excuse for when all the starters were there? The Saints have yet to score more than 25 points this entire season. So when you had guys like Trevor Penning and Eric McCoy and Cesar Ruiz out there, they still weren't scoring points. They still weren't lighting up the scoreboards. So, I'm just saying, we can't even use that as an excuse. Look, sometimes we just got to come to grips with what's right in front of our face. I know nobody wants to believe that their family member is, could be as, reckless as they are. Nobody wants to believe that somebody that they love could hurt you so badly. Nobody wants to believe that. But this is the reality. The Saints are not very good. I'm tired. You can make as many excuses as you want to make. The Saints are 2-10. You can't justify that. Sometimes you just gotta look up to the heavens and say, man, we suck. Oh man, this person hurt, that person hurt. No, they're just not good, man. And it's okay. It's okay to admit that. Like I said, nobody wants to talk about their family member. Nobody wants to admit that they have a problem. That's why, it's hard to have interventions, right? When you have to sit somebody down and tell them that they have a problem. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody wants to, avoid those type of situations. But the reality is we need to have a Saints intervention. And some of us are trying to justify what's right in front of our face. Like we're trying to make people believe that what we're actually seeing isn't what we're actually seeing. This team isn't good. They just not. It don't matter who was out. Eric McCoy can still be on his offensive line. And they still would not be able to average more than 19 points a game. They just not good. They can't run the football. They barely can throw the football. They can't convert. There's a reason I call them the 3-and-out boys. There's a reason I call them that. Not because I just want to. It's just what they are. The Saints are 9-25 on fourth down, if I'm not mistaken. Right? When you have these fourth down conversions, most of them are like 4th and 1s. They can't convert. You got over 1,000 pounds of humanity on your offensive line, and they can't get 1 yard. Sometimes you just got to look up at the skies and say, hey, it is what it is. They're not very good, man. They did not very good. And it's okay. It's okay. Just not our year. But I'm not justifying this. Man, all they need is no. Well, they ain't got it. I mean, all I need is a Maserati. Like all I need is $1 million mansion. I ain't got it. Like, man, everybody wish they had, in some aspects, wish they had something a little bit better than what they actually have. But this is where we are right now. And it's okay. Man, look, I ain't justifying the Saints in 2025 no more. Like, y'all own on that. I already said this morning on the pregame. Y'all on your own on that one. Like, if you want to sit up here and live in this world, and I'm not even picking on the person that just said, made the comment about the offensive line. I'm just talking about in general. It can be whoever. If you want to sit up here and feel better about yourself, better about the situation of the team by saying, oh, well, they were hurt. They were decimated at this. Okay, whatever. But this team isn't very good. You ain't going to get that from me. They just not good. They stink. The Shucksters suck today. 1 interception, 1 pick, 1 fumble, and 5 sacks. Yeah, it didn't look his best. But I will say this. Tyler Shough is trying to make plays out there. And that's going to happen. That's just going to happen. Like when you're trying to make something happen and you're young and inexperienced. And a lot of those mistakes that he made was him being inexperienced. Like, that's just what it is. And it's going to happen. And that is what I wanted people to understand after that Carolina game. That's what I wanted people to understand, because Saints fans want to so desperately appoint and anoint a quarterback as the true successor to Drew Brees. So they're looking for that. They're looking for the flawless quarterback play. They're looking for the guy who makes more right decisions than wrong. That is what he's being evaluated on, for better or for worse. But what people are not accounting for is the fact that he is a young, inexperienced quarterback. He is a rookie. Probably this year, Tyler Shough will make some of these plays. Maybe next year, he's not making those same plays. Why? Because he learned from that. You don't know what you don't know, folks. We can talk about his age all day and night, but it still does not defeat the fact that he is a rookie. Just because you're 26 years old don't mean you know exactly what to do with a football in an NFL realm. If you've never been in the NFL realm more than three starts. 3 or 4 starts, excuse me. So he has to learn and adapt to the NFL. So we can't just be so quick to try to appoint this guy as the next big thing. He has to make those mistakes. They're going to happen. Like if you're looking for flawless quarterback performances, I tell you, you've come to the wrong place. But yes, he did not look good today. But he did show towards the end of the game that he can make some plays. That pass that he threw to Chris Olave should have been a touchdown. For him to be able to, throw the ball into the end zone to Devaughn Vele for his second touchdown of the game, like that right there showed you a little bit of that clutchness that you want to see from your quarterback. At least you know he has the capability of being clutch. So maybe if you add some more dynamic playmakers around him, you'll see a better version of Tyler Shough. Exactly. It doesn't matter if Shough or Rattler out there starting. That offense just stink from O-line to skill positions. And, they basically playing pretty much the same type of football. Except to me, I think that Tyler Shough gives you a little bit more when it comes to climbing the pocket and trying to extend plays. Like all scripted plays, I feel like he can give you a little bit something more than that. But other than that, I mean, the stat line has not too much changed. It hasn't. Like, what you have is you have a more athletic version of Spencer Rattler as of right now. And you have to wonder to yourself, whose fault is that? If you have two quarterbacks and they kind of resemble one another when it comes to quarterback performances, like, look, I put it like this. If you're riding to your destination, right? Let's just say you're going to the Walgreens on St. Claude in Elysian Fields. There's two ways you can get there, right? Now, you can decide to go down Galvez to get to Franklin and then go down St. Claude the long way. You can do that if you want to. Or you can ride down Franklin Avenue to, North Galvez, make that, turn, that left turn on Elysian Fields and ride Elysian Fields all the way down to get to Walgreens. Guess what? It doesn't matter. You're going to get to Walgreens one way or another. My point is, you have the quarterback that may give you something a little bit different than the other, but the stat line is pretty much looking the same way. Some of the situations that the offense was dealing with did not change. Quarterbacks changed, but the situation didn't, and the stat line didn't either. So it just kind of makes you wonder, like, whose fault is it really? Like whose fault is it really? Is it like the quarterback's fault, or is it the coaches trying to keep these guys on a leash? Is it that? To me, you have nothing to play for at this point. Upon the making of this video, the Saints have been eliminated from playoff contention. The Saints cannot make the playoffs in no way, shape, or form in 2025. Turn off the lights, the party's over. So, in my opinion, you can go out there and do whatever the hell you want next week. Against the Bucs, you can do whatever you want. Like, I would scheme up plays that I know for a fact Tyler Shough like. And I'll let him go out there and just sling that thing around. He might throw for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns, or he might throw for 199 yards and 3 interceptions. But guess what? I do not care. You need to evaluate these guys fairly. Give these dudes the opportunity to be able to make plays, to give them the opportunity to do the things that they like so you can make a fair assessment. To me, I think Tyler Shough can be the starting quarterback of the Saints. I think that he can be a franchise quarterback. He has some clutch qualities about him. I think that some of the mistakes that he's making is because he doesn't know what he doesn't know. But I also feel like Kellen Moore holds these guys back because he's so afraid to make a mistake. Like, the Saints are out there basically on a tightrope. It's like being on a tightrope and trying to tightrope across the Grand Canyon. There's no room for error. Like, you just out there, right? They ain't got no net underneath you or anything like that. That's how the Saints play. Like, they don't play loose and free. The Saints play like they got to hit every note in order for them to be able to move on and advance to the next round of American Idol. or America's Got Talent. That is what the New Orleans Saints play like week after week. You have nothing to play for. So you might as well have some damn fun. You might as well have some fun and allow these quarterbacks to be able to do what they need to do in order for you to get a fair evaluation of them, especially Tyler Shough, since he is your guy going forward. But to me, I feel like, you got him. I think you got your guy. Then you just need put some players around him in a running game. And Lord knows, can they please get an offensive line? Some guys that can block in the passing game and in the run, so we can see what these running backs can actually do. Olave proved again he is not a number one receiver. Inconsistent. 3-and-out boys. Yep. I've been calling them 3-and-out boys for I don't know how long. Yeah, that offense is disgusting. Never seen anything like it. Pretty bad, man. Offensive line is the worst in the league, without question. They not good. They was on skates on defense. I'm going to say this. See, sometimes we get lost in the sack, right? Not lost in the sauce, lost in the sack. Allow me to elaborate. See, when we see players getting sacked on quarterback, right? We start to look and be like, man, our defense, they hunting today. That don't mean jack. When your defense is giving up 134 yards to Devaughn A-Chain. Means absolutely nothing when you're giving up over 125 yards to Bijan Robinson all purposely against the Atlanta Falcons. It means absolutely nothing if your secondary out there getting roasted and toasted by guys that you have to look on Wikipedia because you don't know who the heck they are when they make catches. That is a sign of a bad defense. They're not the worst defense in the league. They're average. They're average, man. They not 85 Bears. They're not the 2000 Ravens. They average. They will play some consistent defensive, performances probably a couple weeks in a row. But then all of a sudden, like they play against a team that may have a good aerial attack, they're going to get roasted and toasted. They play against a team that has a really good running game, they're going to get roasted. They're going to get absolutely toasted out there on the ground. Like, they're not very good. And this is what we'll do. Man, Cam Jordan had 2 sacks. Man, Chase Young had a sack. Brian Brzee had a sack. Yeah, they had a sack. But what are we going to do about Devaughn A-Chain? Did he not play? Like, all of these things equate to solid defense. You can't call yourself a good defense if you can't stop the run, but you do okay against the pass. You can't call yourself a good defense if you're good against the pass, but can't stop a nosebleed on the ground. Like, it's not a good defense. It's average. It's average. I mean, but, credit to Cam Jordan getting those 2 sacks. Credit to Chase Young. Seems like, he's on pace to maybe having his first double-digit sack season. Well, I don't know if it's his first, but maybe, one in a long time. All I'm saying is it's okay. But at the end of the day, man, that don't mean you're a good defense because you sack a quarterback a couple times. Like, this defense is average. What are we going to do about Alontae Taylor out there getting roasted and toasted, making business decisions? That was a disgrace. Look, man, look. You're supposed to be the leader of the secondary. Justin Reed isn't out there anymore. You're the elder statesman in the secondary at that point. And you out there whiffing on tackles. And you could have tried to make that tackle, my friend. Like, don't try to make it seem like, oh, man, I was just trying to cut him to the inside. Heck no. You could have made that tackle, or at least tried. Like, man, what are we going to do about this, man? What are we going to do? These things won't change until the offseason. But at the end of the day, you got to be consistent in the secondary, linebackers, with the defensive line. They all got to be a cohesive unit for me to consider you a top defense. Vele would have caught it. That dude catches everything. Devaughn Vele had 8 targets and caught all 8, 93 yards. We need a head coach who brings culture together, gets along with quarterbacks, not who's soft or has an ego. There are certain things about Kellen Moore's situation I understand, but then there's other things that I don't. I don't understand how you can be an offensive-minded coach and your team can't score any points in the first half. Like, can't get 1 yard. Can't scheme up goal line touchdowns. Like, I can't accept that. I can accept you not having talent. I can accept that, but the Saints are talented enough to be able to score in the red zone. I don't look here. They got enough talent on this football team in order for them to score in the red zone. For them to put up some points. I'm not saying they got to put up 30 points a game, but enough points. And the fact that they can't, I got to look at Kellen Moore for that. I gotta look at Kellen Moore for that. So, yes, I do hold him accountable. Exactly. Stat lines ain't changed a damn bit. Olave tried to catch the ball with his chest. Yeah, he tried to bring it in. It's kind of similar to that game I want to say he played against New England. Tried to do the same thing. And to his credit, he catches those passes more times than not. Vele catches everything. Reason why we are 2-10 now is because of y'all complaining. I don't think that had nothing to do with the complaining. I just think that the Saints suck. That's the reason they're 2-10. How do you explain that from 2 quarterbacks? Facts. I mean, they look virtually identical when it comes to the stat line. I ain't talking about like the way that they play and approach the quarterback position. That's different. That is different. But they stat lines are virtually the same. LOL, we not playing on the field, Jerry. They can't even hear us complaining. Yeah, I mean, look, you can complain about teams all day and night. I mean, that shouldn't matter. And honestly, if it did matter at the end of the day, you definitely got the wrong players on your team. Because why should it matter what TJ Jones, State of the Saints podcaster, or, like radio broadcaster got to say? Like, why? That shouldn't even matter. Like, it shouldn't affect the way that you approach the game. If it does, then you got the wrong cast of characters on your football team for real, for real. Let's see. Kellen Moore should have run the ball on 3rd and 1 and the end of the game. You want to do a tush push on a 4th and 1 with the Dolphin jumbo package on the field, make it make sense. Nah, it definitely didn't make any sense. And I definitely would have ran the football. And if you can't get 1 yard, you don't deserve to win a football game. Complaining doesn't make a team lose. Talking about firing Kellen Moore, even though it's his first year as a head coach. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't feel like you like next year, if we having this conversation, maybe it should get a little bit louder. But right now, man, I mean, look, I don't think the guy deserves to be fired. But I do think that he needs to be held accountable for the offense not being able to be effective and having a workman-like approach to the game. I think he does deserve some criticism in that regard. But the overall operation of the team, that rests at the feet of Mickey Loomis, the general manager of the New Orleans Saints, because he's the one that puts this cast of characters together that doesn't put a winning product on the field consistently. Shough has way more Shough has way more upside than Rattler. They are not the same. They're not the same when it comes to approaching the game. Look, I want to make this clear. All right. I want to make this clear. All right. I want to make this clear. Do you hear me? Y'all ready? I'm not saying they're the same quarterback. Like I said, the way that they approach the position is completely different. But the way and the style the offense is ran makes them look virtually identical when it comes to the stat line. That is what I'm saying. It makes them look identical when it comes to the quarterback performances. I'm not saying that they're the same. They are not. So I want to make that very clear. I don't know if you're talking to me, somebody else. Because what we'll do is, the only thing you'll hear is, oh man, it's saying that Charlie Shough and Spencer Rattler the same quarter. Not what I'm saying. I don't know if that was for me or somebody else, but I want to make that clear. TJ, it's time to empty the dome. Only way they'll get it. Yeah. I mean, you got to give people something to cheer about. That first half, I mean, nobody was cheering at all. At all. What up, TJ? I hope you had a fun vacation with your family. Yeah, I'll get into that a little bit later, man. But yeah, I did have a good time, man. We'll talk about that when we're about to close it out. We just need to understand what our main needs are going into the draft. We all knew this would be a long season. Yeah, I think everybody did, but it's just the fact that, nobody wanted to be proven right. BS on Tyler. Yeah, I like Tyler Shough. I think Tyler Shough can get you. I think he can win. You can win with Tyler Shough. TJ, you were right about McCarthy being more what the Saints need right now than Moore. Yeah, I felt that way, but look, this is where the Saints are right now. This is where they are. This is where they are, man. This is where the Saints are right now. They are where they are. And where they are is a team that's just trying to figure it out. I mean, people thought I was crazy for saying this, but I mean, it's just the truth. Like the way that the Saints was structured. And I said this. I said, if the Saints, based on how the Saints are built right now, they should have went with more of a proven coach, like a guy who has had a track record of being able to win with what they actually have right now. Like put some respectable performances on the field. Like, for example, when Sean Payton first went to the Denver Broncos, like they weren't very good. Well, what they were like 8, 9 or something like that. Like they weren't very good like his first season. Let me see. What was the Denver Broncos record? I'm gonna see Sean Payton first season. I'm looking this up. All right, so they went 8-9. Okay, like I said, they went 8-9, right? So they went 8-9 with Russell Wilson, who clearly was on the decline, right? But if you put another coach up in there, like they probably gonna win like 4 or 5 games. Mike McCarthy, just by him just being the coach that he is, the Saints probably would have had at this point at least 5, maybe 6 wins. Like just based on who Mike McCarthy is as a coach. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they probably would have won 7-10. Maybe they would have won 6-11. I don't know. But man, a coach that knows what they're doing, like that means a lot. And having to go from, a coach that have experience versus a guy who has to go through a rebuild, a coach that hasn't really been a head coach before, that's tough. You got bad salary cap. You got aging players. You got like inexperienced players that aren't as good as others. Like, and you have to make something happen with that. Tough for a first-year coach. Offense can't score if a chick felt desperate enough to buy him some cat. The 40-year-old V card holder can score more than the Saints offense. Look, man, that offense is terrible, man. Offense is terrible, man. Tyler Shough is leading all rookies right now in pass completion percentage. That's good. And if I step on anyone's toes, I apologize. Man, I apologize for feeling the way that you do, Jerry. Ain't about stepping on nobody's toes, man. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. That's what we here for, man. Look, that's what we here for. Like, like the Saints, they incite passion, right? Because you care about this team. You want to see this team succeed. You don't want to talk badly about this team. I know some people think that I want to, but man, that is so far from the truth. Like, I don't want to sit up here and have shows like this. I'd rather have shows where I'm talking about things that happened with the New Orleans Saints because they won, they looking good, and they're trying to achieve something. Right now, the only thing that you can say the Saints are trying to achieve, and I hope they're not trying to intentionally do this, is right now they got the second pick in the draft, according to Tankathon. That's about it. So I don't know, man. I don't take no pride in talking about this team in a negative light. I don't. But I'm definitely not about to sit up here and lie to anybody to keep people around from watching this show. Like that will never be my MO. I said this earlier in the pregame, and I said here for those that didn't check out the pregame. I'm an acquired taste, and I understand that. I'm not going to be a guy that's going to be waving the pom-poms just for the simple fact of waving the pom-poms. I am a big-time Saints fan. I have loved this football team since I was 4 years old. Point blank, period, whether you believe me or not. But we're going to keep it 100. And that's what passion is all about. So, no need to apologize if that's the way you feel. The Saints did the same thing the Pelicans did, hire a first-time coach, and both teams are paying for it. Well, look, there's nothing wrong with hiring a first-time coach. But you got to make sure that that first-time coach is the right guy. Like right now, what Ben Johnson is doing in Chicago, it seems as if they made the right decision. Right? The one thing I feel like that I think bothers a lot of these Saints fans out here when it comes to Kellen Moore is when they look at him, they're starting to feel like they can't find hope in him. Like, if you look at the Detroit Lions, for example, like Dan Campbell's first season, he came out there talking about biting kneecaps and they're going to be playing with aggression and grit and passion and the whole nine, right? They lost almost every game that season. I think they went 3-14 his first season. Come back the next season. He came with a different type of energy, going for it on fourth downs, extremely animated on the sidelines. When they lose, they just lost to Green Bay on Thanksgiving. And according to reports, Dan Campbell put a hole in the locker room wall because he lost to the Green Bay Packers. That's how much passion comes out of this guy. So I think Saints fans want their coach to match their energy. That was the one thing that Sean Payton did. Sean Payton matched the energy of New Orleans, period. New Orleans has a me against the world type mentality. New Orleans Saints fans have a me versus the world type mentality. We don't care if you don't like us. We don't care what you think about us cheering for our team, despite the fact that they may not have won every game. We still come through with the same type of love. When people feel like they cannot budge you or make you sway from left to right, that is the most hopeless feeling for any other fan base. Sean Payton matched that intensity. He matched the energy of the city. You know why LSU fans right now are excited about Lane Kiffin? On top of the fact that they feel like they're going to start winning again, but it's the energy that he brings. Getting in a guy's face, the podcaster that basically said, and I'm just quoting what he said on his podcast, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. And Lane Kiffin went in that man's face and said, call me a hoe one more time. That's the type of energy that Saints fans want their coach to have. When you're losing and you're 2-10 and you look on the sidelines and you see a all shucks, gee golly type mentality of a head coach. And I don't know Kellen Moore outside of what I see on the sidelines, but don't really seem like much bothers that guy, right? If you start to see Kellen Moore on the sidelines after a egregious penalty and he getting all in the face of a referee, if you see a player drop a pass and you see Kellen Moore like, fussing on the sidelines or something like that, fussing at his his coordinator. Like, why is he out there if he can't make a catch? Like, I think that the energy of the New Orleans Saints fans will be a little bit different, despite the fact that they 2-10. I think Saints fans would probably accept even more. Man, we just 2-10. But it seemed like he really cares. It seemed like he got the team steering in the right direction when it comes to attitude. He just needs the right guys. But when you have a all shucks, gee golly type coach on the sidelines that don't seem like he can motivate you out of a wet paper bag, kind of rough, man. But I'm not expecting Kellen Moore to do that at this point. He is what he is. He is who he is, period. So I think that the Saints fans want a coach that matches their energy. And he doesn't match the energy. Like, he matches Mickey Loomis's energy, just like Dennis Allen matches Mickey Loomis's energy. That's my opinion. Could be wrong. Like I said, come back next year around this time. Might have a completely different perspective on Kellen Moore. But as of right now, I think that people look at him. It's almost like it's almost like looking at somebody that you have, like, let's just say if you're a professional fighter and you look at a guy, let's just say you're 6 feet tall and that person's 6'5". You're like, oh man, it's gonna be I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to stay on the inside. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to like make sure that I don't stay on the outside because of that arm reach. Like you sizing them up, right? Because you're like, and you may not have to. You might realize, okay, this guy, he's 6'4", 6'5", but his punches feel like pillows. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know. When you're looking at Kellen Moore, you just don't see grit. You don't see that toughness that you want to see from a coach, especially when you had a coach that epitomized toughness, grittiness, and what Saints fans love the most, pettiness. And you don't get any of that from Kellen Moore. If Kellen Moore had that type of energy in him, I guarantee you Saints fans would have a completely different perspective about old Kellen Moore. But I want to say thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. And I want to make this quick reminder here. I want to thank the fine folks at MyBookie for being an official sponsor of the State of the Saints podcast. Right now, you can take a part in the $500 buy-in option from MyBookie. Just use the promo code Saints. You can bet up to $500, and there's a chance where you can get your $500 back. Look, you might have bet on the New Orleans Saints covering today, or you probably bet on them not covering. Let me see, 18, 19, 20, 21. So they actually covered today, right? They were 5.5 point underdog. They actually covered today. So you probably got yourself some money, but you can also bet on other games around the National Football League. All you have to do is use the promo code Saints. Use the promo code Saints. Read a few more comments, then I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. Vibe says, I want some money from a betting Saints team total under 7.5 first half. Kellen Moore, unfortunately, is the problem. His play calling, critical situation is to be desired. I agree, man. Like, you just want to look at a guy and feel like the guy you're in the foxhole with can help you get up out that foxhole if he's your leader. TJ, you don't know what you're talking about. Guy, what kind of podcast you got? Okay. Let's see. I thought y'all said Tyler Shough was the next big thing to slice bread after that Panthers win. Look, man, that don't mean that the guy, can't be the next best thing since sliced bread. It just means, it just means that he had a rough game. Young, inexperienced guy had a rough game. Plain and simple. I mean, look, I'm not in the business of judging guys because they have a good game one week. Oh, he's the guy. Oh, he have a bad game this week. He not. Nah, man, like quarterbacks, good or bad, have bad games. They're going to have good games. young players are going to make mistakes. They're not only going to make mistakes, they're going to have you scratching your head about the decisions that they make, but they have to learn. And like I say, eventually they probably won't make those mistakes, but they got to make them in order for them to learn from them. Let's see, a glass half full. Kellen still learning to be a head coach. I mean, yeah. TJ, is your spring booked up next year? I want to invite you and the Who Dat to a hip hop themed game night. I don't know, man. I mean, as of right now, no. I don't have anything planned. I just kind of just wing it. Let my wife have something for us playing. Let's see. We looked at Shough as a rookie. Kellen is a rookie also. I guess you got to give them patience, but at the same time, man, people just want to see a winning product, man. I'm tired of the excuses, man. I'm tired of the excuses. Like, there's only so many excuses you can use. People just want to see a better result. People want to see a better result. Hold on 1 second. All right, sorry about that, folks. I had to do something real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and read more of these comments. Says, look at it this way. At least we know how to make French fries. Some of us gonna understand that joke. This offensive line is bad, and unfortunately, Fuaga has been getting killed this season with pressures and giving up sacks. That's because Fuaga is, Fuaga. I don't know, man. I mean, you can't make excuses about the offensive line, I guess, and that just goes back. That just goes to show you sometimes, like, at the end of the day, you can be hurt. You can be dealing with all type of different ailments. People only gonna see what's on the back of your jersey and you out there. I don't see any improvements. I'm seeing mistakes, no different than the Cardinals loss in week 1. I'm just wondering, and maybe y'all can help me out with this. Can y'all name a player that started off rough and then as the season went on, it's like, man, this guy's getting better? Is there anybody on this team like that you see, like, you like, man, that started off okay, like a little diamond in the rough, and all of a sudden, like, you like, man, that guy's a difference maker for this team? I ain't just talking about somebody that just out there starting. I ain't talking about a batted pass. I'm talking about if they were to get hurt tomorrow and they don't play, you like, dang, man, he ain't playing. Like, dang, man, we're going to be a rough outing for us. Who is that player? Now, I don't know. Like, they got some players that improved in certain aspects. Yeah, they got some players that I'm looking forward to seeing what they can actually be eventually, like Yernis Sinker. But who is that one player it's like they're young, they started off the season, you had certain expectations, maybe minimal, but now it's to a point where they're so much of a difference maker on this team. If they miss a game, you like, dang, like, what we gonna do now? Like, who is it? Are players lifting weights during the season? Hubert, I hope not. Does Kamara have over 100 scrimmage yards for the season? Yeah, he got over 100 scrimmage yards. Randall has taken the rest of the season off. Says Chase improved. Yeah, I mean, Chase Young. But look, Chase, I don't know, man. Chase Young to me has always like been talented. He's always been talented, man. It's not like he hasn't like ever got close to double digit sacks or being an impactful player. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I would say I can see why you would say Chase Young. Sanker is trash. He won't tackle to save his mom's life. He always acting like he slipped. Bring back Andy Dalton since the offense moves better with him as quarterback one. Sanker missed too many tackles. I like his upside though. This whole organization has a low IQ when it comes to football. I don't know. We usually trade those type away for peanuts. Chase has really come into his own. He really had a nice season. I think he has 6 sacks on the season, if I'm not mistaken. Or five or six. They say I can only think of Banks, but he has been solid throughout. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you got the right left tackle. Like the Saints got a future. The future in the left tackle position as long as he stays healthy. Chase been doing a lot better. Yeah, after missing those games, and our Saints fans were very upset with him. Right? Oh man, what's wrong with him, man? Then all of a sudden, like not nobody saying anything about him. Right? Maybe a defense is a different case. Fair enough. Yeah. Cam has outplayed Granderson this year, which is sad in my opinion. That a 36-year-old defensive end is playing better than what your 27-year-old defensive end who you paid. So Kool-Aid has definitely improved since the beginning of the season. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I mean, he did good today. I mean, Jalen Wilder was a non-factor. I mean, it could be, that Kool-Aid has that. Well, he only played with Jalen Wilder, I think, maybe 1 year, right? Maybe like freshman year. Is it either Young is injury prone or just lazy? Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I think he's really stepped up this season. The Saints really need him to step up, and he has. Don't forget to tell us about your vacation. I'll talk about that at the end. We're about to come to the end. So just move on from past 4 straight years of our team, TJ. We got young players from college, NFL, draft and salary cap issues need to be fixed from funky general manager Mickey Dumas Loomis. Yeah, man, look, man, this team just need to do better. Just need to come into the 21st century, come into 2025 with the rest of us. I know we only got about 32 days left in the year of 2025, but my goodness, man, like my goodness, man, like this team to me, man, I don't know. The front office has really let down the fan base, and they got the nerve, the unmitigated gall to get upset at fans for having standards. Like that's the crazy thing about it. It's not like fans want to gripe. You leave them no choice. And you talk about, oh, we're trying, we're doing our best, we're trying. Okay, you probably are trying. But nobody cares at the end of the day. And they definitely don't care when you show signs of you being culturally clueless, being literally clueless, figuratively clueless. Like nobody cares. When you can sit up here and we're going into 5 seasons of the New Orleans Saints not making a postseason. And Gail Benson can sit up there and tell us that fans are being ridiculous, quote, ridiculous, for wanting her to fire Mickey Loomis. No, what would be ridiculous if we're talking about firing the Kansas City Chiefs general manager or the Eagles general manager? Like, that would be ridiculous. Saying that a guy who has made the salary cap shambles, who has whiffed on draft picks year after year after year, who has brought in and produced some bad coaching over the last 3 seasons post Sean Payton, and who has yet to show that he can actually win. He can actually win a football game. without Sean Payton and Drew Brees. Like, no, that's not ridiculous. But to make it seem like it's an attack against Airline Highway, like we just don't have Saints fans just don't have a reason to gripe. Like that's ridiculous. And that's what I think that a lot of people have issue with. That's what they take, exception to. That they sitting up here acting like it's us against the fans or something. Like you gotta be real with yourself. You gotta be real with what's going on right in front of you, right in front of your face. And the fact that the New Orleans Saints are upset that they can't gaslight fans like they once did. Like, how dare you want us to give you something, right? Like, come on, man. Like, man, there's only so many times you can sit up here and gaslight somebody before they realize that you not on the up and up. But it seems like they upset that they can't gaslight fans or something. Like, look, we're telling you that we're going to make the playoffs. Well, it don't look like it. Can't say take our word for it when we're talking about like they won that Super Bowl last night or something. Like, bro, y'all won that Super Bowl back in 2009. We're almost 20 years removed from that Super Bowl. 20. So, I mean, come on, man. Bro, back in 09, bro. In 2009, I was 1 year removed from graduating from Jackson State University. I'm almost 40 years old right now. I'll be 40 in next year. So, come on, man. I feel you, TJ. I knew it was bad, but the front office could have done more in all facets to improve this team. I agree, man. I agree. Saints organization needs to do right by the black content creators like TJ and Big Q. Saints ain't winning until they give TJ a press pass. Man, look, honestly, I don't care if I ever get a press pass from the Saints. I don't need no press pass from those Saints, man. I don't need no press pass from those Saints. I don't care, man. I'm gonna be honest. At one time, I cared because I put a lot of work into what I was doing, but I also feel like if I gotta change or alter the way that I am in order for me to try to appease or put myself in a box in order for me to try to go along and get along, I'm just not doing it, man. I'm just not doing it. I feel like being me has gotten the opportunities presented to me throughout the years. And look, I've accepted that I'm an acquired taste. And I don't feel like anything like in any other, I guess like any other sports realm, I can do whatever the hell I want. It's only when it comes to the Saints. Like when it comes to going to NFL events, I get opportunity to go. When it comes to like doing stuff like this scouting combine, Senior Bowl, etc., I get opportunity to go. So it's not like I'm deprived out of anything. Like as long like my main objective is not looking apart because people kind of fall into this whole looking apart thing. Like you can look like you own, but you ain't really making no moves with your content. Like you just trying to look important. I tell people like I'm an everyday guy, and because that's just the truth. The opportunities that get presented to me is based on my hard work and dedication, so I don't take them for granted. So if that means that, like, giving you a false sense of reality about a football team in order for them to give me something, I'm good on it. Like, I watch enough football for me to know what's going on. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Like I said, at one time it did because I found myself putting value. I found myself like putting value on, like based on like if they accept me or not. But now it's like, nah, I really don't care. I really don't care. It's rather you love me for who I am or hate me, for who I am or whatever. I don't care. But we're going to keep it real here on the State of the Saints podcast. That's a fact, Jack. Let's see who that found. What's going on, Chosen? Let me see. Man, my bad, Chosen. I don't know if you was able to get in or not, man. But we probably gonna go ahead and wrap up the show, man. I want to say I appreciate Chosen, man, for holding it down here on the State of the Saints podcast throughout my time I wasn't here, and putting together some great content, man. You know, just a overall just great guy, and man, just really put together some really good content throughout the week. And you know, like I said, man, I just appreciate it. It's good that you can actually reach out to the people that have the love and passion and be able to like show it on screen behind the microphone. So just shouts out to Chosen for that. And it won't be the last time we have Chosen fill in and do some things here on this channel, man, because he did a really good job. And he also did a really great job on the NFC South Roundtable in my absence as well. Says, I don't think you realize how good this podcast is. Well, I appreciate that, man. And that's all that matters to me. Like, that's all that matters to me. I promise you. Like, there was a time, like, we towards the end of the show, folks. So, I mean, if you want to still, pretty much rapid fire at this point, we're going to talk about this and then we'll get into the vacation. But at the beginning, when I started doing this podcast, I put a lot of value on views and like what people are saying about me on social media. It's like if somebody would say something like negative towards me, like on social media, I'll be like, "Oh, you just a podcaster. That's all you do." I would get like so down on myself. I would like conjoin my value to people watching this show or whatever. And then I just realized, like, you just got to enjoy and love what you do. And, the people that rock with you, they're going to rock with you. They probably, like, there's probably a couple episodes, somebody that's probably watching this show consistently probably don't agree with anything that I say, but they'll come back and they'll, continue to support the content. And those are the people that I rock with, the people that hold it down, that support the channel. I don't get big on, conditional love and all that kind of stuff, because conditional love ain't gonna keep nobody around. So as long as people enjoy the content, as long as they continue to enjoy the show, that's all that matters to me. As we bring in Chosen, how you doing, man? Can you hear me?
What's going on, man? I got some double feedback going on right now.
Let me see. You might have to.
Okay.
Is it going?
Yeah, I'm good. I just had
to
I had another tab open, bro.
Oh no, it's all good, man. I just want to make sure you got your settings right. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. Just got back from my dad's house, man. We me and my wife went to my dad's house, man. We did like a little, this little thing where we get together a couple times out the month, man, and we get a dish and we cook and we watch some football. So I'm just getting back settled in, man. And I didn't realize you was going live. I actually was hitting you up, reaching out to you, because I was like, man, I didn't know if you wanted EJ or me to do a show tonight, but I see you was already live.
Nah, what happened was, man, so I'll get into this, man. So I ended up like getting off the cruise. We got off, we docked back in Jacksonville like around like 8:30 in the morning. We left off the ship around 9, and we went over to my brother-in-law house to say goodbye to him. Then we hit the road, man. So I mean, I knew that more than likely that I would be back in time to do the show, but just in case, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I'll be fine, man. I didn't want to like, hold nobody up or might have some other plans or anything like that. But I was just saying, man, I appreciate you filling in and, and holding down the channel and, putting together some really good content, in my absence, man. But, I definitely want to get your perspective, man, from the game. I'm pretty sure, during a little potluck that you had with the fam, you checked out, the Saints game. So what were your thoughts on the Saints game? Well, what were your feelings about what you saw in a 21-17 loss?
Yeah, man, I feel like so close, but yet so far, man. Like it's a little too late. They try to muster it up at the end and try to put together some impressive drives that we wish we would have saw early on. But
Right.
it's the same old thing we've been saying all year, man. The lack of discipline, the soft play calling, waiting too late, not being able to stop the run, man. How you pronounce that running back name? Ashni, the running back for Miami. How do I pronounce
Devaughn
it?
Achane.
Achane, yeah. That dude, bro. And it's crazy because I was just thinking about him early in the week. Was like, man, is he really like that? And it's like, you know what I'm saying?
He is, man.
I was doing my homework and he liked that. He really liked that. And it's like, bro, we already know we've been coming in. I think we ranked pretty high with stopping the run, but it don't seem like it when you really just watch these Saints games and forget what the analytics say. This is one of them times where they say the stats don't tell the whole story. It just feel like, man, these running backs, not just him, it just felt like running backs all year has been able to get wherever they want, man. And it's like this game here, it was no different. I mean, the defense played lights out, offense still slowly executing, but we had a lot of mistakes on offense today, man. Tyler Shough turning the ball over, fumbles, throwing interceptions, man. Even on a 2-point conversion, man, you throwing that back, that's rare. You see that happen.
Yeah.
It's like anything bad you could think of happened today. The offensive line looked atrocious today. I mean, and Tyler Shough running for his life, so I can't put all of it on him. Every time I see this, man, I'm looking up at the TV. Tyler Shough, you know, he out the pocket trying to make something happen, and I'm still getting on Tyler Shough, man. Throw it away, man. Let her play another down. Stop trying to find an answer every time, man. Let her play another down. It's okay, but I get it. He on the run. He trying to make something happen, so I can't blame him. But this game was pretty much, man, is like I said on the round table with the Falcons. They didn't show me nothing that I didn't already know this year, and it's been more of the same. This is a bad team, man. We lack playmakers. We lack Devaughn Vele. We TJ. If we could put a good package, a solid, consistent game plan, we just may have some. Ball was making some Michael Thomas catches and effort today. Like is Vele is, and you know we talked about whether it's him. We traded this for him. I see why we gave it up for him. I can only imagine if he was with a McVay or what's your boy over there in 49ers? Shanahan. Yeah, it's or Cowboys or Matt LaFleur. I can only imagine what these guys do, bro. Because Devaughn Vele, he was balling, man. Looked like that was 13, but like a lot of he carried himself today like a number one. Chris Olave balled out too. Don't get me wrong, Chris Olave had his moments, but Devaughn Vele, it's like how he just took control. It just was a different. I don't know. Maybe he knew somebody in Miami, or maybe he had something to prove. But I don't know if everybody else paid attention, man. But Vele played like he took this game personal, bro. Like, what I got to do for y'all to pay attention to give me my reps, and I slowly see it increasing. But I feel like we need to consistently. I mean, it's kind of late now, but going forward toward the end of the season, we know it's over. What you got to lose? Put a game plan around Vele, man. Like get him more involved, because you see good things happen, bro. And it's slowly starting to show over time as the weeks progress. You slowly starting to see that. But like I said, I want to give a shout out more to the Miami Dolphins because they came to play. They've been playing lights out the last few weeks. The defense was hunting all night. Kellen Moore got out coached once again. And it's been the same thing, TJ, that we've been seeing. But they try to I appreciate the effort. And I said that on the roundtable this week. Shout out to the roundtable, NFC South roundtable. I said that I don't think they're going to get dog walk, but I do feel like that they're going to keep it competitive. I don't think they're going to win, but I feel like the Saints, they're going to fight because they always a fighting team. And like you said, bro, I feel like they structured this team to be a team that's going to fight and have you at the edge of the seat. Like, they're going to come back. They're going to come back before – the mishaps happen again. So lack of discipline and the coaching, bro. So that's what I took away from this game, TJ.
Yeah, I mean, I like what I see from Devaughn Vele.
I loved it.
I
and shout out to Kool-Aid too. Kool-Aid in the secondary. Kool-Aid,
yeah. I mean, Kool-Aid did his thing, and Devaughn Vele did his thing as well. This is what can help this offense in the passing game break through. When you have a wide receiver that can be that possession guy that can win those 50-50 matchups like Vele showed that he can do today, it also opens up opportunity for Chris Olave. Like I say, it's okay with being a 1A or a top shelf number 2. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If Devaughn Vele can garner like attention, that will actually help Chris Olave, because Chris Olave is being double teamed. And like right now, it's like he's having a hard time when dealing with those double teams. But if you actually have a player, and we seen Devaughn Vele, he was targeted 8 times. He caught all 8 catches, man, for 93 yards. So, he showed that, number one, he deserves more targets. You should automatically go into next week with a bigger package for him,
Yes,
because
the proof is in the pudding, man. He balls, man. He balls, TJ. And I've been seeing it. We've been seeing it all season. Like, bro, when he was getting 2 targets, 2 catches a game. It's like, yeah, it might be 2 catches, but these are game-changing, pivotal, big-time catches. It's just not like no dink and dunk check down catch. It's a 3rd and short. It's to get you in the goal line. Is and use them in the red zone. Like, it's Devaughn Vele. We got something with him, bro. I'm not saying he Michael Thomas, but he possessed those traits that you want in a big body 6'5", 220 plus receiver, man. He can use him. That's what you needed. And if you put around a package for that, guess what? That's another draft pick spot, TJ, you ain't got to worry about. So, you're good with quarterback. You got your big body receiver. But we don't know if you don't use it. So, you got to use what you got, man. You can't play around with it because you're sitting on talent at this point. You're sitting on talent.
Yeah, I mean, look, I said this earlier, and I mean, you even alluded to it a few minutes ago. You don't have anything to lose. Like, you're not in playoff contention. You got eliminated today, right? So you don't have to worry about that. So you can play free. Like right now, you're basically just playing spoiler for every other team that you go up against. So create these opportunities for these guys and get yourself a large enough sample size. Like, let's just say Devin Neal, right? Okay, Devin Neal, I mean, let me look at his stat line. I mean, he kind of, started to come alive a little bit in the second half more so than the first. But he had 14 carries for 47 yards. I mean, he was running strong, right, as the game went on. Why? Because, he kept running the ball, putting emphasis on the run. You start to find success. Start utilizing this guy. Like, I mean, he caught some passes in the passing game. He's a really good third down, blitz. You can pick up the blitz as a running back. Like, utilize him. Like, have him run in between the tackles. Like, set up opportunities for him to make or break himself. Same thing with Devaughn Vele. Same thing for a lot of these players out here that didn't get no type of playing time. Put them out there. They whiff on tackles. Guess what? You already know what direction to go in defensively. If they drop passes, guess what? You already know what direction.
It's just when you get another preseason. You get another preseason. That's all. I mean, what are you honestly losing? And it's a win-win. You do it, you lose, you get more draft. You higher your draft stock go. And you get to figure out what you get. You can do some evaluating, some scouting. You're free. You can play free. You already eliminated. You're not going nowhere, man. We've been eliminated for about a month already. It's just official today, but. What do you got to lose, man? We already we practicing for next season now. Comerica gone, these guys are going getting ready for their vacation in Cancun on 3, man. Like, so it's what do you got to lose, bro? Like, all these young guys, now it's time to put them out there. Let's see what you got, man. And once again, looking at the stats, you got Devin Neal leading, but you still got Tyler Shough, your second leader. That's a problem with me. That is a big problem with me. I understand your running backs is out, but that is a big problem. I'm hoping they're not forcing Tyler Shough to be that scramble. Maybe he just running for his life.
Yeah, he really runs for his life.
That's just where that come from, bro. I don't want to see this man end up like no Joe Burrow or the Tuas, all these other good promising young quarterbacks that been held back for their full potential due to a bad offensive lineman, man. So we got to fix this interior because the man was running for his life. Seemed like every drop back, this man out the pocket, looking like, God, dog, man, give my guy a little time.
I mean, hey, 9 sacks in 2 weeks, man. That's not a good thing. I mean, he's been sacked 9 times,
brother. Especially for a rookie quarterback, man. You speeding up that clock in his head. You throwing his timing off. Now, a lot of these vets, and that's another thing. You ain't getting no vets. Everything that the Saints didn't do this offseason is coming back to hunt them, bro. Everything that you didn't address is starting to show. You didn't address the running back room, which you can't account for injuries. Well, you could prepare for it because I spoke about it on the last show about how Sean Payton made sure that he crossed every T and dotted every I. I don't know if you had a chance to check it out, but at the last show when I was talking about, man, about how some coaches just go above and beyond to make sure that it may seem like they're doing the most, but they want to make sure they got everything in order. You know what I'm saying? And the Saints didn't do their due diligence fully this year, bro. I feel like they kind of went in it with a, all right, we got Kellen. We gonna take that and we gonna run with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we got Brandon Cooks. We gonna take that and kind of run with it. You know, run it back with Shaheed and Olave. We gonna take that and run with it. But it's more work that needs to be done, and it gotta be done, bro. Because if we still having this conversation, TJ, next year is around this time next year, if we in this same position, which I feel like this rebuild gonna take at least 3-4 seasons, honestly.
Yeah.
This ain't it. If Who That Nation is seeing, if y'all not comfortable with this, oh baby, strap in. This ain't no 1 year rebuild. This is a
it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time, Chosen, but I just think that people want to see progress from year to year. Like, you cannot be in the same state that you're in right now, being 2-10 around this time next season. Like, next year, we really would have to be talking about, did the New Orleans Saints find the right coach? Did they find the right guy to be able to lead this football team? And I also said this, I don't know if you heard it, but I just think that his personality is one of the things that Saints fans kind of cling on to. Allow me to elaborate. It's like, you want to look at a guy and want to feel like he has your best interest at heart if he's going to lead you somewhere, or a woman. Like, you want to feel like they got your best interest at heart if they are a leader, right? I mean, you want to look at them and be like, man, this person right here, like, they're going to put it all on the line. Like, they're going to go hard in the paint, if you will. Like, that's what people want to see. But when you look at Kellen Moore, I say you look at his personality, he has this all shucks, gee golly type attitude. And when you're losing, it's like, oh man, what this dude gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like if like you having a fight in the street, you know what I'm saying, and you see about 3-4 guys, like, you know what I'm saying, getting whooped, and these guys are like big, swole, cock diesel type dudes, and they out here sleep on the ground. Then all of a sudden, like, this one dude, 150 pounds soaking wet, say, man, what y'all gonna do? Like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you about to be like them. You know what I mean? No, I'm just saying though, like, you're gonna size them up. You're gonna be like, dang, these dudes right here didn't get the job done. So I mean, like,
right. Yeah.
That's how people are sizing up right now. Like, oh man, things are bleak right now. Now we got this all shuck G golly coach that they telling us that's gonna get us out of this situation and make us feel better about the situation in the state of our football team. I don't know, bro. Especially when I don't see no dog in them. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no bark in them. I mean, I see a bark, but no bite in them. You feel me? So that's what I'm thinking. Like that. But I guess my question is to you is, do you think that is an issue? Do you find that being an issue when you're evaluating Kellen Moore, or do you have more of a let me wait and see type approach when it comes to him? Like, how do you evaluate Kellen Moore in his first campaign?
I feel like he is what he is, TJ. I feel like he is what he is, and I feel like, but Mike, shout out to Hurricane Mike. Mike made me realize something yesterday. I mean, yeah, when I did the show yesterday, Mike made me realize something. He was saying, I was looking more with the Saints, where the Saints not at this year with Kellen Moore, but Mike was like, Chosen, you have to look at where the Eagles at now, how they took a step back, and can you look at it as due to Kellen Moore been gone? And I was like, well, he do got a point there. But as far as Kellen Moore personality goes, philosophy goes, and mindset goes, I feel like that's just who he is, man. And I feel like he still is getting praised or looked at by what happened in Philly. And I just feel like that mindset that he got, that is who he is. Like you say, if you're a rah-rah guy, you're a rah-rah guy. If you're a nice guy, you're a nice guy. And that's okay. But don't be fake, because people can see through that. And you know, if that's who you are, then stick to being true. I say it all the time on the show. I say be the best version of yourself. That's who you are. That's who you are. You can't change that. I don't expect him, but you also have to look at yourself and realize, is this what this team need? This team don't need nobody soft, TJ. And I'm not trying to call Kellen Moore soft, but with his personality, his mindset, his philosophy, the Saints need a rah-rah guy, man. They need a tyrant. Like a Sean Payton type. And I say Sean because that's the best person I can only put it to, because every other coach since then has been okay passive aggressive guys, man. We need them dogs. We need them a-holes. We need them guys that get looked at funny, but hey, they get results. You might not like how he delivering the message, but guess what? You got the message, you know. And it's crazy, like just like when I was with my parents. And my pop and my stepmom, shout out to them, when they was talking, and she was talking to my pops, was like, the way he tried to teach us things, like me and, you know, my little cousins and stuff, we doing work in the yard. He don't have that, okay, we gonna do it like this and do it like that. That's not my dad. My dad is more, grab that. What you doing? Put your hand like that. Do it like this. Like, he's more like that. But it may look harsh to everybody else, but I got it. Some people that's just what they're used to. And I'm not saying he was saying that to be strict or saying it to be mean. That's just how he delivers his message. And then when I think about it, I used to be young, I used to get mad with him. I used to be like, man, bro, like, Pop, why you used to? Then he told me, he said, but did you learn it? I'm like, damn, you're right. I got it. Like, but did you get it? I'm like, you're right. And he was like, that's all I wanted to know. He dapped me up. I'm like, well, damn, man. It was like you looking at it to be harsh, but like the same thing with coaching. You looking at these guys, man, with this coaching. Everybody don't need it yelling at, but sometimes, bro, this team need a kick in the ass, man. I don't mean to say it like that on the show, but they need a kick in the ass, TJ, because I feel like they still think this Super Bowl window up. They still think that we still stuck in this. Oh, it's gonna work itself out, man. We just 24-hour rule. Shout out to Cam. I ain't trying to take no shots at nobody, but 24-hour rule. We're gonna restart and reset. No, sometimes you need somebody to slap you in the face and wake up. This is reality. You suck. I don't know if you know it or not, but you are trash. You're garbage. Yeah, it's something got to change, and all that. It's gonna be out. We got too many. It's gonna be all right, baby. You'll get them next time. Ain't no next time.
And too many Saints enablers out here for me, man. Like I said, I don't mean to take no shots at. I know you love the team, but man, you can't enable. You can't be an enabler. Like people are so emotionally attached to this football team that they don't even realize they do more harm to
you hurt them, you baby them, you pussify them. Like you're hurting them.
More harm than good, because it's like
you're crippling them. You're crippling them. TJ, if you have your son, you raising your son. If you never raised Paxton to be independent, and God forbid, when you and your wife, life goes on and y'all gone from this earth and Paxton on his own in this world, if y'all never taught him how to be independent, he's still gonna be looking for mom and dad. It's at some point you gotta let a man be a man. At some point, a child grow up and he has to hold his own. At some point, you know what I'm saying? These guys, you can't keep babying these players. You can't keep crippling them. You're crippling them and you're doing more damage. It's okay to love them, but you're hurting them. You got to let them grow. Sometimes that mama bird, let them baby birds go at some point. They leave a nest because they come to a point they should be able to fly on their own. The Saints should be able to fly on their own, bro. And it's like these fans, they make excuses for them. They too emotionally invested. They got that, I don't want my baby to get hurt mentality, and it don't work like that, man. You got to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, and that's the only way it's gonna work. But if I keep babying you, something happened to me, who gonna take care of you then? Because you've been taught to be so dependent all your life. You need to learn how to do for self. You see what I'm saying? And that's the mentality this team have, man. Our fans, bro, we cripple these players and we baby them, we give them excuse. They'll never learn. No accountability. We just as worse as the front office.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't feel like you get no extra stripe for like just justifying like just ineptitude. Like this front office has crippled this football team, and the fact that they rather like go into defense mode and make it seem like fans are asking for too much, as if they given Saints fans like so much. No, like it'll be one thing like if this was like a business where you develop a reputation for helping people and you've been helping people and stuff like that, and it just, maybe you go through tough times. I can understand like people like, man, where is that? Where that at? Like, if we had these resources, we'll help you. But this is a results-driven business. Like week 1 cannot look like week 2. Like if you won on week 1, if you go into that like we won, and you know what I'm saying, you go in that type of energy, week 2, you're gonna get slapped around. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so 2009, that was great. Like that was a great moment in time, but the NFL is a results-driven business.
We are a long way from 09, brother. Hell, we're a long way from 2016. So you talking about 09, that ain't gonna work. And then we still had that 09 mindset. TJ, it's a different ball game. The game much faster. It evolved. The rules changed. Players' mindsets changed. Coaches' philosophy changed. We're talking about players switch up. Coaches coach up the way they change because they have to adapt with the flow of the game. It's gonna be different 10 years. We're gonna be talking about this. Law said the same 10 years from now. It's gonna be a different game. It evolves. It evolves, and you got to keep up, or you're gonna get ran over, bro. You can't live in the past. This league go by so fast. Y'all got to realize the season over already. We at the end already. It seemed like just yesterday we was doing preseasons. And TJ, how we gonna do this? I hate this time of year because I know football season is over. It goes so quick. I don't know if y'all noticed, but football season go by so quick now. I don't know what it is. It seems like this thing fly by now, bro.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and well, this year, I mean, I ain't really mad at it. I mean,
because then like we were getting much.
Go ahead and get it over with. Hey, but look, I'm gonna go ahead and read a few more comments, and then people wanted me to talk a little bit about the vacation. Says Olave makes that second, and one play is all whatever though. Yeah, I mean, like if we're fifth, we all would be drunk. But at the end of the day, man,
for that one Olave play, I could think of a few other plays.
Yeah, I mean, look, if Minkah Fitzpatrick don't get the pick 2, then that Charlie Smyth onside kick, you going for a game-winning field goal. Like there's so many different scenarios. But the fact is, they lost. And then on top of that, we're talking about a team that went into the locker room 16-0. So if you didn't go into the locker room 16-0, let's just say you went in there 13-3, we having a different conversation as well. So I mean, look, we can talk about these scenarios and what could have happened, woulda, coulda, shouldas, but it didn't happen. And
I'm looking at the flag that caused that before that. on the extra point with that's Fiaga. I'm thinking about the flag that got pushed back. You probably wouldn't even be in the situation to throw it like that if you wouldn't. But like you said, if it was a fifth, we all be drunk. It's so many for that one Chris Olave play that somebody commented, somebody made. Like, Shoutout, you're not wrong about that. But for that one play, I could show you several other plays. If this would have happened, it could have went. So it's a plethora of things that could have went different.
I mean, what about you actually converting on third down? I mean, what about the fact that it took you well into almost the end of the second quarter for you to get your first down of the game? Like,
or that weak ass quarterback sneak. What was that at the end? No, y'all were nowhere near to getting that was
Man, at the end of the day, it's
that
like
fake touch push, whatever that was supposed to be. Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of that either, TJ. That last, I wasn't a big fan of that either, bro. That sneak. But to y'all point, it's more than one thing that could have been. So you're right.
It says Shough turned the ball over too many times despite some plays he made today. I mean, look, that just comes with being a rookie, man. Look, you're gonna get a mixed bag. Like, I know we fall in love with the rookies that rise above the situations, and we look at their first year and we compare our quarterbacks to them, or compare our quarterbacks to some of the best in the league. But this guy is a rookie. He's gonna make mistakes, and there are gonna be some times where he's gonna struggle. But that's how you get better. You put that stuff on tape. You learn from your mistakes. And I will say this about Tyler Shough. When he does make these mistakes, you don't see him making the same mistake twice. Like, he made some mistakes like in the game versus the Rams. I ain't see like in the Carolina game. I didn't see some of the mistakes they made in the Atlanta game that he made in Carolina. So that's what you want, man. And then on top of that, I feel like a lot of the plays, he really didn't trust himself. Like a lot of the turnovers that he had, he didn't really trust himself. It's rather he didn't feel like he had enough time in the pocket. Maybe it was the fact that he was sensing the pressure, so he was trying to time it. And the clock kind of sped up in his head, which caused him to make some of those mistakes. But going back and watching the film, I believe that Tyler Shough will learn from his mistakes and get better. And that's the only thing that you can really ask for a quarterback to not consistently make the same mistakes over and over again. Chosen, what do you think about Tyler Shough's performance?
Tyler Shough played good, man. Like I say, of course he could have played better, but like I say, I don't expect this man to make zero mistakes every week, right? He a rookie. I feel like he played good for the circumstances. He was down your running back. Chris Olave a little nicked up. You don't really have a true number two. Your tight end today, is so inconsistent, bro. Like, it's funny how we praising this man one week.
I definitely.
Oh, Devaughn just make my skin crawl, bro. Because I see it, bro. It's one thing if it's like he got it, but it's just like he just be like, man, I could show it today, but I don't feel like y'all deserve it today. Yeah, it's bro play when he want to, bro. But oh my god, but Tyler Shough ball, man. He could have, like I say, it's only so much he could do. I just felt like the man was on the run most of the time, bro. Every time you see him, the man was running for his life. This line was getting beat today, bro. They was getting through. And shout out my boy Banks and Fuaga. They cool, but they was getting through. Everybody had a tough time today on that line. The boys was getting through. It happens. It happens sometimes. It just happened at a bad time. But Shucks, even through all that. Even throughout all that, man, Shough came back in the second half, made adjustments. He didn't let it stop him. He went out there, fight, drove the ball down the field. He saw everything that you want in a quarterback. And I was saying to myself today, win or lose this game, you can win with Shough. That's our quarterback. You give him some pieces. Like I've been saying, you give him some pieces, you put around him a little more, along with him developing himself. It's cool, man. I don't mean to break character, but somebody just put Fuaga is a bust. I'm telling you, no, bro. I can't. I don't see it. You must see something I don't see, but that caught my attention, TJ. That caught my Fuaga is a bust.
I mean, look, if you knew some of the things that he dealing with, man, you would respect this dude even more for being out there. I'm just telling you, like, man, you don't know like those upper and lower extremities and what that actually means, like, for an offensive lineman. Like I said, man, we see like these guys, we see the name on the back of the jersey and we just see them out there. We don't understand the stuff that's going on behind the scene. But I mean, this dude's been like dealing with injuries throughout the year, high ankle sprain. And that's something that, like, I know right now he's still dealing with it. And not to mention he had like back issues as well. So I don't know, man. But at the end of the day,
like these guys are sacrificing a lot to be out here. Like I said, we just see that jersey on and assume. But I told you, I had a different perspective ever since. Shout out to the doctor that came on the show. And you interviewed him once. He said these guys out here that really at what did he say, 80 to 85 or 85 to 90. They just to be out there. They not 100. I've been taking that into consideration with every player. Like even if they don't show up on that injury report, I still look at it like, man, like I know something going on, and I don't make excuses for them. But you can tell the ones, TJ. We've been watching. We watching enough Saints to know, man, it's not my regular guy. Something going on. Yeah. Like I've been called it with Alvin. Alvin been dealing with something. Been on top of them not using them right. Alvin, it just seemed like he just it's not gimpy, but it's not the full explosion. Like you can tell when you follow a team long enough and you watch them in and out, you can tell when something wrong with your guys. Like when you really in and out watching it. But like you said, man, they do their best to be out here, and we just see them out there. So we assume y'all healthy, y'all play. That's true. But at the same time, these guys are still human. They still human. How many of y'all could go out there with a sprained ankle or a turf toe and all these injuries? Look how many times y'all call off work with a common cold. You know what I'm saying? These guys going to play a football game, physically demanding, putting more weight and pressure on the thing that hurts them the most. So you got to think of it like that too, man. These guys still human at the end of the day.
I agree. I agree that they, a lot of people like look at these guys as being larger than life individuals. The injuries, like, to me, I know that these guys deal with injuries, but I'm talking about when they're able-bodied when it comes to my assessment. Like I don't care if you're not on the injury list or you're on it. It seems like the play is basically consistently inconsistent, and that's what I have an issue with. And that's when I start calling you out. as far as your performance. But Chose, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, man. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But once again, man, I appreciate you, filling in for me, and I really do appreciate it, man. And once again, hopefully we can get some episodes from you in the future, and just let everybody know how they can get in touch with you and tell them about your new channel.
Man, I appreciate you, TJ. I thank you for the opportunity for you sharing your platform, man. I'm a little jealous. You got 400 people in here. Where y'all was at when I was holding down for you? Everybody will come back when TJ come back. Don't start little old me though. But I was just playing, man. Y'all know I love y'all. Man, y'all know I held it down for your boy, man. I want to say I appreciate TJ, man. I'm glad to have you back, man. Good to see you smiling face, man. Got your football knowledge. Man, I wouldn't be able to do this without you, but I thank you for lending me your platform. To allow me to showcase my platform, which y'all can reach me, man, at oddpod504. That's odd, ODE, pod, POD 504. That's Off the Dome podcast, unscripted Saints talk with Chosen, man. And like I say, man, we're gonna have fun. I'm getting everything together. I actually streamed the last State of the Saints episode over there, and so to help to try to direct some traffic over there and get some content going, so you guys can check that out. I'm gonna try to do some weekly videos, but y'all know how it is, just starting out. So y'all bear with me. It's gonna be take one step at a time, but I can't do it without y'all. So I ask that y'all please support me, and thank you for supporting me and subscribing. And if you haven't, man, y'all head over there to Off the Dome, unscripted Saints talk. My podcast is brand new. I'm gonna be giving you guys some thorough, unfiltered, unscripted assessments, opinion based. This is not facts, these are opinions. We have some facts, but at the same time, I'm just a fan with the opinion, just like you. Your opinion is no better than mine. Mine is no better than yours. We just come together and talk about the team that we have in common the most, New Orleans Saints football. So, man, y'all make sure that y'all tap in with that. Also, you can follow me on X at chosen_Kingston. I also work on music. I got some music I will be promoting on my channels and on my podcast. And also, I got the Chatting with Chosen podcast in development. That's going to be, it's just not Saints. That's just current events, music topics. If you want to vent, and I know a lot of people deal with mental health. A lot of people have things going on, relationships. So if you want to talk, man, come to me with your boy Chosen. We're going to have a conversation, man. Good, bad, or indifferent. I don't judge. I'm here to listen to you and listen to your problems and listen to whatever you got to say, man. The floor is yours. But like I said, man, I thank you, TJ, man. Make sure y'all follow up, like the podcast State of the Saints, man. Y'all been good to me. I've been having fun. Berto, Clay, everybody, James, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on NFC South Roundtable. If y'all get a chance to look at this, I will be tuning in. I would love to come back. TJ, you can invite me back anytime, brother. I will clear the schedule. I will do it. I wouldn't give it no second thought, brother. I love this. I love doing this. I feel like I got a calling to do this on the side, and I appreciate the Who That Nation for making me welcome, bro, because y'all know I was nervous, but y'all open your welcome arms, and we got it done. So I appreciate y'all, man.
Look, man, we appreciate you, man, and looking forward to the project that you got with Off the Dome, unscripted, man, and looking forward to all the content.
That sounds good hearing somebody other than myself say that, make it sound official. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man. I mean, look, I think you did a really good job, and everybody, has been talking about, how well that you did, man. So, keep on doing what you're doing, and like I said, man, we definitely want you to, come back and be able to do some stuff on this channel, on this side, and also just other projects that you have going on, man. We want to see that be successful as well as I know that it will be, man.
Yes, sir. I'm not leaving, man. I'm still y'all favorite. I ain't going nowhere. I'm still y'all favorite moderator. We just expanding, baby. Stay the same. We expanding, man. That's my guy. I'm the #1 draft pick. I'm his first artist, man. We taking this thing all over, man. It started right here. I'm telling y'all, man. Don't sleep on your boy. I'm y'all favorite moderator for a reason, man. I'm telling y'all. Shout out to Jerry and Rich gang, but they know who it is at the end of the day. I'm the favorite moderator, man. But I love y'all, man. TJ, I'm gonna let you talk, man, and I appreciate y'all, man.
Man, I appreciate you, Chosen, man. We'll talk soon, man.
All right, brother.
All right. Yeah, shout out to Chosen, man. Did an outstanding job over on this channel, man. And like I said, man, y'all make sure y'all check out Off the Dome, man. Y'all make sure that y'all subscribe to this channel. As y'all can see, the brother understands the game of football, and also he puts a human and life perspective to it, man. Always my bad. But as we close this thing out, want to give a special shout out once again to everybody that checked out the channel in my absence. I went on vacation with my family for the Thanksgiving holiday. My wife and my son, we went to the Bahamas. Went on a cruise. That was my first time actually going on a cruise, man. Never went on a cruise before. And being able to go to the Bahamas and stuff like that, that was pretty dope. To be able to just see such like beautiful scenery, man. The beaches were like great. Man, I actually seen Shaquille O'Neal as we were on a ferry coming back from Ireland and Nassau in the Bahamas. He was actually like walking past in his beach home out there, and he was a real good sport about it. I seen Snoop Dogg. He was on his boat. Looked like he was about to set sail. Like, man, everybody waved to Snoop, and that was pretty cool as well, man. So. But and just being able to spend time with my family and do something like just a little bit different, that was pretty dope. Got opportunity to swim with the Dolphins a little bit, went to a little dolphin show out there. That was pretty cool, as well. And like I said, just creating experiences with my family, that was great, no doubt, man. But once again, just appreciate everybody, stopping by, still supporting the channel. And we're going to continue to work, man, regardless. Win, lose, or draw, we're going to be right here on the State of the Saints podcast, providing you all with the best content possible. And we, are going to do shows that you enjoy. Hopefully everybody enjoys the State of the Saints podcast. I try to put everything that I can into it. Make sure y'all check out Off the Dome, with Chosen. He does a lot, and he shows a lot of passion in what he does, man. So please support that brother. And all Saints content creators out here, man, that put their blood, sweat, and tears to everything they do, because it is not easy, man. It is not easy to be able to try to create this content and try to do these things. But having people that love what you do and support what you do makes it all worthwhile. All right. But this has been the State of the Saints podcast, brought to you by MyBookie. Make sure that you use that promo code SAINTS. And also you can follow me on X at TJAYJones8. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hopefully we have won you over by this episode. The New Orleans Saints didn't get it done. They fall to 2-10, officially eliminated from playoff contention. But the Saints' next game is against a division foe, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa, another Florida game. Let's see if the New Orleans Saints can get back on the winning track. Till next time, all I got to say is,
thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
all I got to say is, who dat?